This is December 22nd, 2004. We're in the visitor center here at Housesteads, the Roman fortress on Hadrian's Wall, which is kind of out of sight from where I am at the moment. But, just resting here a minute.
What is that?
He is nipple number 5.
What?
At this point, we haven't gone up to the Housesteads fortress. It's turned very chilly. The wind is blowing. We drove down here to Vindolanda, I think that's the way it said. That structure is a reconstructed section of a Roman fortress that was built there. And we're considering going in here, but it closes in a half hour. And it would cost us about $10 each to go in.
I can make that much money in 5 seconds.
I don't believe it.
Okay, well, we have come in here, and there's a museum down there over the bridge and over the hill. We're going to hurry down there and see what we can before they lock it up in 20 minutes. Then we can see some of the things here on the grounds as we come back.
Don't waste any time.
There's a lot more where this came from. Vote for Pedro.
Vote for Pedro.
Okay, this place is pretty big too.
Vote
Vote
for
for
me.
Pedro. Vote for Pedro.
Vote for me.
Vote for Pedro.
Vote for Pedro.
Vote for Pedro.
Vote for
Vote
Pedro.
for Pedro.
Vote for Pedro.
Vote for Pedro.
Vote for Pedro.
Pedro.
Vote for me. Vote for
Vote
Pedro.
for Pedro.
Running out of daylight here
Vote for
too.
Pedro.
Vote for Pedro.
Pedro.
Vote
Vote
for
for
me.
Pedro.
Looks like they're still excavating.
Vote for Pedro.
Vote for Pedro.
Okay, the museum is down in there somewhere. We've only got 15 minutes before it closes, so it's just rush down there. I'll capture what I can and then we can see it later.
$10. Yes!
Dead, Captain. Certainly looks like it. How old are you?
I've never understood the female capacity to avoid a direct answer to any question.
I want some answers to all this.
I've never encountered readings like this before.
You're the best man to find the answers.
I cannot give you that answer until these have been analyzed.
Why not?
I need not explain my rationale to you or to any other member of this crew.
Because you're a bumbling, inept fool.
Why, thank you, Captain.
You're very welcome, Mr. Spock.
Fascinating material. Similar to Dibernium, but considerably more dense. I doubt even phaser fire could disturb its molecular structure.
We are in that building right there now, and this is this Roman fortress from the air. And let's see, I'm trying to remember the parking lot. Yeah, we bought the tickets in that building. The parking lot was right up there. Well, yeah, I'm just taking a picture of the sign now that I've noticed it. Okay, I'm not supposed to take pictures. Problem is, we've only got a few minutes before they close. So, just got a good few shots of a few things here. We weren't able to get into here in 1997, but according to that, they have been doing lots of excavation here. These pictures of stuff done in 2001. Okay, this is a hotel room in Carlisle, England. This is where Jacob and I will be staying tonight. And this is not a Holiday Inn Express hotel. This is a Premier Travel Inn. And the reason that we're here, we came away from the, and let me just mention that I am running a hot bath. This is the first place that we've been that had a bathtub, and I have some time to kill here at the moment, so I am going to have a hot soak. I think it'll be good for my sore legs and feet from all of the hiking and stair climbing and walking we've been doing. But anyway, when we left that Roman fort, our intention was to drive all the way to Glasgow, Scotland, arriving very late, But when we got back down to the M6 freeway, we could see that traffic was still at a standstill, just as it had been much earlier in the day. We decided, rather than messing with that, we would find a hotel here in Carlisle, which we did. And it turns out that this one is about a third less per night. And when I asked the lady if they had any rooms, they only had about 3 left, because everybody's been getting off the freeway and finding a place to stay for the night. So we grabbed it, and here we are. But it's quite early. It is only 6:40 p.m. So that means that we decided to go to dinner downstairs at 7:30 p.m. And so I've got some time here. Jacob is off with Nathan watching TV in Nathan and Blaine's room while he works on his school papers. And John, for the first time, has a room to himself, which he's really going to enjoy, I'm sure. And so that's it. That's what's going on here. Okay, that's Jacob and my room number. And we went down to the restaurant in this hotel and have had our dinner, and some Christmas carolers came in and they are singing, and I decided to come and grab my camera.
Just draw a picture of the girl you want to take out and give it to her for like a gift or something. Both for me.
This is the morning of December 23rd, 2004. It's 6:45 in the morning, and we are on a road out of Carlisle, England, along with everybody else in England that's trying to get to Scotland. And the freeway into Scotland has now been closed for nearly 24 hours due to a multi-truck accident and toxic materials, or at least hazardous materials, if maybe they're the same thing. Anyway, that truck is moving again now, but twice it has come to a stop, and we're not quite sure what lies ahead, but the fact that we keep moving once in a while must mean the traffic's getting somewhere. We are on what they call a diversion rather than a detour. Later. Okay, it's about a minute later, and that truck is dead stopped again. It's now 7 a.m. We are in Scotland and we are beyond the freeway problems. It's still dark, but we're tooling along towards Maybole, Scotland. It's now 8:30 a.m. and we are leaving Carsfairn. We're approaching some place up here. Let's see the name of it again. We're approaching Knockgray, and beyond that is Craig's Knockgray. On the map that we're following, this is a yellow road, and the stretch that we're in is only one lane with these little passing places every whip stitch. There's a passing place right there. And this road is leading us directly into Maybole. I think I've got us on the right road. But even if it isn't the right road, it's kind of pretty along here. Trees on the side, there's a river running down in the bottom. Bunches of sheeps on the other side there. But if it is the right road, we won't be coming back, so I thought I'd better get a picture. We stopped to look at the map, and all of these sheep started walking up this way. Then they've all stopped there. Probably, since we haven't got out with food yet, they're thinking, well, maybe this isn't the food guy. It did turn out to be the wrong road, so we're heading back to straighten things out. Get on the right road.
I have a ship's position with a strange sense of humor.
There's the stream down there again.
Obviously.
And the trees on the mountain side of the road.
Obviously.
We drove back into Straighton, and we know that we are on the road to Maybole now because the sign at the beginning of the road pointed this way and said Maybole. We're driving through a forest. This is a little place called Cross Hill, and the next town beyond here, about 4 miles, is Maybole. I'm suspecting that if you know where Maybole is, you can probably see it from this town as you leave. Okay, out there in the distance is Maybole, Scotland. We're approaching it more or less from a right angle this time than the way we came into it from Ayr back in '97. And I can remember we were always pretty much on the main street up there looking down into this little valley that we're descending into. Okay, there's that building that looks kind of like a castle up there in the middle of town, bouncing around because I'm moving and zooming at the same time. Luana's mother was born in this town in the early part of the 1900s, 1905 or 6. This is almost the exact spot that we parked in 97 on this road. And we're going to walk down and just be in the town center briefly. If I see a post office, I'm going to go in and cash traveler's checks. That's the Castle-y type house that you see very prominently as you drive in from Ayr. Looks like there's a horse that lives behind the castle.
Can you take a photo of me on the horse real quick?
Don't you ever relax?
No, but who would?
I want to know why.
Because I don't feel good.
I shouldn't have chewed you out. I'm sorry.
I just stopped at a post office to see if I could cash my traveler's checks, and they say I have to go to a bank.
Look at the blood on my face. Now look at your hands. Blood on your hands. Now who's doing the hurting? Not the grubs. It's you hurting, yelling, maybe killing. Just like the grubs you remember and the creatures you're afraid of. You're acting like them. And you're gonna be just like them. Unless you let me help you. I'm sorry, this galaxy is already occupied.
That's the placard that is placed on the end of the house, which is fairly new, built in place of the house that stood there, in which, as near as they can tell, Moana's mother was born.
Who was that?
Good old Virgil, we can always count on him.
Heck yes.
We're a long way from the Enterprise.
Do you think people will vote for me?
I'd vote for you.
Probably a little beyond you. It requires intelligence.
Well, what's there to eat? Let's go to the gas station, and I want to try and get an Idaho Lotto ticket. Oh, God. I'm low on cash flow right now.
Federation has invested a great deal of money in our training. They're about due for a small return.
That's true.
Some dance moves.
They're pretty good. Who's she?
This is a girl.
I like her bangs.
Every time you talk to a girl, the conversation inevitably drifts to your frequent nosebleed.
What do you mean?
I believe it is time to move on.
We're leaving Maybole, starting out for Ayr.
That. So did she move? Did she move as a child?
Who did what?
Did Grandma's mother move when she was a child? Then?
Well, she was only 9 or 10 when they moved,
Oh, okay.
when they went to Canada. Now, we're coming up on Robert Burns' birthplace. Do you want to stop for a minute?
Well, I think we should stop for a minute. Do they charge to go in the museum?
I think so, but it's probably worth it.
Anyway, we have just entered air from a back road that as you enter town, the first thing you see is the Burns Memorial.
It's probably for people going this way to see it.
We're approaching the Robert Burns birthplace, as a matter of fact.
Because then if they
There's the parking lot right there. Picture of our first free parking. I take it that this building over here was built the same year or 2 years after the pioneers got into the valley.
I got sick.
You've got your problems, I've got mine.
Yes, sir.
What are we doing here?
I don't know.
Is this your perfect world?
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet. It looks awesome.
Wow.
This is delightful.
seen pictures of the old days that look like this.
Times change, Doctor. Times change.
What do you think, Spot?
The actual theory is that all life forms evolved from the lower levels to the more advanced stages.
Care to debate that, Spot?
No, Doctor.
I'm sorry, Bones.
Jim, you can't risk your life on a theory.
Well, there's no accounting for taste.
Sir, would you mind explaining that statement, please?
If you're curious, consult linguistics.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so what?
I don't think so, sir.
And I'd like to see more of that.
Okay, we're in the Burns cottage, and I have put my camera on night shot because it's fairly dark in here.
Every day.
And when we walked through here 7 years ago, I taped, but nothing showed up very well. This is the beer or the barn.
That little guy right there.
Hey, is that a new kid or something?
That would be the young Bobby Burns learning things from his father.
Something 100-fold, then 60-fold, and listen to songs and stories.
They're both for me.
Around the fire.
Looks awesome.
The kitchen, but also the living room and the bedroom, the room in which Robert Burns was born. It was here on the 25th of January 1759 that Agnes Burns gave birth to a child who in less than 14 years was to become Scotland's most famous poet.
Vote for Pedro.
Vote for Pedro.
Please, not again.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wanna play me?
Let's get out of here.
It is one of the most interesting metropolises in the galaxy.
We're driving now in air towards the Brigadoon before we start out for points of Scotland farther north. I didn't turn my camera on good enough. I would have got a better view of the Brigadoon right there.
You're right.
But there it is.
Want to get out and go take a picture, and I'll turn the car.
Okay, while Blaine turns the car around, we're actually going to walk up on the Brigadoon and take a peek. Since 1997, the tree that had fallen in the river has been removed. And the big tree that had fallen over on that grass has been removed.
There's a lot more where this came from. If you go to the dance with me, yours truly, Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, whoops, I just about laid my camera down while it was still recording. Okay, we've been on the Brigadoon. Looks like Jacob's maybe going to try to get another shot of it. Blaine has turned the car around. Nathan isn't wearing his coat. He has an aversion to coats, I think. There is the Burns Memorial over there, but we aren't going to take time to visit the memorial. We need to get on our way. This young fellow's just getting ready to go on down the river.
Live long and prosper, Spock. May you also, Captain Kirk.
So there's his partner showed up there. We're leaving there, traveling towards Prestwick, but we're purposely driving down to the seaside to see the ocean again before we get on up to Prestwick. We're experiencing our local traffic congestion here at the moment.
You might as well sit back and enjoy the ride.
We've noted that we have seen very few chimneys on this trip with smoke coming out. So everybody must be converting to some other form of heat.
Check the language banks and find out what a heater is.
We are approaching the sea. Whoops. Maybe when we get down here we can just stop momentarily and I can zoom in on the waves.
What is this?
I don't like the looks of it.
Any unusual readings?
I am investigating.
I intend to get a lot closer.
I'm well aware of that, Captain.
All decks go to full alert.
Aye, Captain.
Well, this is worth another minute in the cold. The wind's blowing pretty good.
It's a piece of crap, it doesn't work.
But it didn't do nothing. Do you think people will vote for me?
I'd vote for you.
Notice the sand on this side of the wall. So we're continuing along the seacoast. Well, there's a boat there.
Oh yeah, but which one? Oh yeah.
But anyway, that sand I took a shot of would have been washed over the wall by the waves, probably at high tide. Not sure what we're passing here, but it's the ruins of something, obviously.
not Roman.
We're driving alongside a tidal river here. Boy, there was a butcher truck with a bunch of, I guess they were pigs hanging on the back, and my camera had gone into autosave, and I didn't get it on in time to catch them.
With trouble?
Oh well. We're still, are we in Prestwick now? Or,
I think so.
X and P. That means silence never.
I think we are in Prestwick, and this is the first place that I ever set foot in Great Britain was in this town, because the plane landed so that we could go through customs here. There's an international airport, even though the town itself is not that big. I'm speculating that with the first transatlantic flights, the closest spot they could build an airport after they got across the ocean.
Holy cow!
Sure.
Wow. was the place to build it. That's why it's here.
No vampires.
Not valuable player.
There's Blockbuster again.
Another blockbuster.
These are franchises.
Hey, Grandpa, look at the name of this pub. Smugglers.
Indian nice place down there.
Oh, there's the high-end killer.
We are passing the airport here in Gatwick. That's where I landed that first time. We finally escaped the confusing town of Kilwinning. We are driving through Dalgraven. We are on our way north through Dalry. Rolls of hay by the side of the road. We're now in Dalry, Scotland, on our way to Beath, I suppose. And then Paisley is beyond that, but we're going to sort of bypass Paisley.
I'm Captain James Kirk, the Spaceship Enterprise. Do you understand?
Yes, we understand you.
Go climb a tree.
still driving toward Paisley. We are approaching the Erskine Bridge over whatever river runs out of Glasgow. Oh, the River Clyde, out into the sea. After we get across the bridge, we will head northwest towards Dumbarton.
Highland Line runs clear across Scotland. Lowland is the lowland. Lowland is the highland.
Okay, the very visible mountain line out there in the distance is what Blaine was talking about, the Highland Line, the beginning of the Highlands of Scotland. We are in line to pay our 60 pence.
I can make that much money in 5 seconds.
Across this bridge over the River Clyde. The rain is so heavy that I'm not sure the river shows up down here.
Try your side.
Oh, okay. River Clyde. I guess that's the central support of the bridge right there that we're going over.
Get ready. At one time, the most famous and productive shipbuilding yard in the world were along the River Clyde. The famous Queen Mary was built here.
I'm catching it, but that is the bridge that we just crossed over. We're on our way to Dumbarton. Whether it's showing up or not, there's the River Clyde. We're on the Clyde side here. We are just a short ways from Loch Lomond now. That is Loch Lomond out there. I think Ben Lomond is up at the other end.
Scotty, lie to me. How old are you?
22, sir.
Interesting.
Well, somebody's big private estate. That's their family crest.
According to the map, on the other side is the Queen Elizabeth Forest. But it doesn't say which Queen Elizabeth. You see the waterfall way over there? We can see some what look like pretty spectacular waterfalls and water coming down over there.
Key in the ignition. Turn the ignition on. And nothing happens. Where's the starter? There's the starter. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oops. Gears.
Yes. Oh, I believe they had a device known as a clutch. Clutch, Captain. Perhaps one of those pedals on the floor.
I kind of like this. I'm going to get one myself.
Still driving alongside Ben Lomond, although it dropped down the side here.
Springs coming out of there.
We're really close to the lock right through here. Road's right up next to it.
But we're not going that way because McLaughlin country is over here.
Where? How far down that road then?
Oh, it's probably 15 miles.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think you can find a drink in here if you want. We are approaching the territory the McLaughlin clan controlled for more than 900 years.
Comes the Oban Express, it said. We will eventually be arriving in Oban after we visit the McLaughlin Castle. Water coming down over there into the lock.
That's a lot of water coming down the rain.
Well, now is this a tidal lock here?
Looks like it.
Because it sure looks like a tidal lock with the tide out.
It's Loch Long.
Loch Long. We just passed another place that had Craig as part of its name, so Craig must have some significant meaning in Gaelic or something. In just a minute, somewhere on the right here, you will see a bunch of water coming down the mountain. Okay, this is the water that we can see churning out of here from across the street.
That's essentially the same thing as
More water there.
when it rains up above Zion, everything funnels down through the Narrows.
Along this whole thing, water is just shooting out of here. Now it ends, but anyway, it was there. This is still Loch Long out here to the left. This is where it's coming out. Well, they've built stairs there for it, haven't they? Getting a little foggy. You can see water coming down over there. And over there,
Just past the monster sheep.
and there's water. Water's coming down everywhere, all around us. There's more.
Territory covered, controlled by the McLaughlins.
You can see the tide's out. We have just come down this road over there and then turned into this road that I believe goes to the McLaughlin Castle. But Blaine says he needs to look at the map for a minute. So we're standing still. This is Loch Fyne out here to the right. I'm approaching the old church here, where, as Blaine explained, in 1845 the Scottish clan chiefs met together to decide whether to support Bonnie Prince Charlie. And as 7 years ago, it is not locked. And we're not going to spend a lot of time here, but I am coming in. As you can see, we have the altar here decorated. Let's see. That is real ivy, or holly rather.